Oh my gosh, hey guys, it's been a long time. It's been about a month since I did my last nail video, and I'm so sorry. It's never gonna happen again. I'm gonna do better, okay? So I'm gonna just get into it. All right, so we're recreating. Well, I got inspired by that look, so I tweaked it a bit. So I had to make a nude color because the current nude color from Young Nails that I have is running out, and I'm kind of surprised that I almost used all of it. So this is what I'm using: some chalk, some Arteza mica powder, and these are the colors I pulled out because I was thinking I would use them. Some of the colors I just showed I do not end up using. So now this is a bowl that I bought from Amazon to help me like grind up my chalk, because I noticed that sometimes the chalk is not as like fine as I'd like it to be. So this is the Young Nails powder that I'm trying to kind of replicate and tweak a bit. So yeah, so I'm gonna insert the end of that, put in some clear and some white powder, and I do end up taking it out the bowl and just starting off with the chalk, because I do have to like ground this up and make it fine. So it only made more sense to start off with this and then add the other items in afterwards. Okay, so after like pushing that around, the bowl or whatever, I decided to add in the pink because, the time felt right. So now I'm adding in the other powder that I just mixed for you guys, and now I'm going to continue to like ground it all together just to like be super sure that there's no like heavily pigmented patches up in there. So this is literally trial and error. If you have watched any of my other videos where I'm making my own acrylic powder, then you know that it takes a bit of like testing. You add a little, you test it out, because you don't want to add too much and then you have to use a whole lot of powder to correct your step, because out of everything, the acrylic powder is the most expensive, especially if you purchase from Young Nails. If anybody knows, their powder is top notch, pretty expensive. So this is how it ended up coming out. As you guys see, there's still a little bit of clumps in there. So I'm going to continue to add in the white and the clear also, because I want it to be a little lighter. I want it to be a little more like a rich light brown, So I'm going to continue to do that, but then I'm going to end up pouring bits in and grounding it up off of camera. So it's basically the same thing. I just have to lower the increments that are in this bowl at one time, because it's not efficient enough. Like, I'm not able to ground it the way I want to. So after adding a whole lot of white and a whole lot of clear acrylic, this is how the color came out, and it's really, really nice. It's really soft. I want it to be close to the color of my nail bed because I'm like darker skin, and a lot of the times the nudes that they make for my skin tone don't really look nude. They look really pale, so I wanted something a little darker. So this to the left is my creation and to the right is Young Nails. So now we getting a little lit. All right, so I'm gonna put some clear acrylic into a little small container and some glow-in-the-dark pigment that I purchased from a pretty good website. I don't remember where it came from, but I know that I did a lot of research to find it. And look at this. All right, super bright, and I only used a very small amount of the pigment, so that's dope. And I wanted it to be white because I want my tips to glow in the dark. All right, so this is like key, and you guys will see how I implement this and make it to where only my tips glow in the dark underneath and not the entire nail, because it was a lot of finessing. All right, so I just put primer on my nail to prep it for application. And y'all know, if y'all know, I only use nail forms unless I'm just really I don't know, unless I don't feel like it, but majority of the times y'all see me using nail forms. So right now I'm gonna take it to about a 7. That's you can go to the very tip of the nail form, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go to about a 7 because I mean, honestly, these are the longest nails I've ever done, but a 7 just seemed kind of reasonable, if that even makes sense in this, you know, dynamic of these freaking nails, because they were so long. Okay guys, so typically I start off with the tip first, but Noodle, yes, you know, that's the picture that I just showed. That's how she does her nails. She does the nail bed first and then extends the nail. So this is done for a specific reason. This helps for when, you know, like some people do their nails a lot like me. So I literally do my nails almost every week unless I'm having an off month like last month, which is why it took me like a whole month to get another video out to you guys. But this method helps so that you don't have to soak your nails in acetone as much, because I don't care what anybody says. I've done research. Apparently acetone is not bad for you to soak your nails off in, but doing it on the frequent basis, like every week, like I would typically do, seems excessive to me, and I really don't want to soak my fingers in the liquid that often. So doing this on my actual nail bed is helping me not have to take it off. So when I want to switch out a set, or if I want to change the shape, I would just clip the end of the nail, right, and I would file down to this color. You get what I'm saying? So that'll, like, doing that, just it knocks acetone out of the equation altogether. But I will say this color is not, it's not pink enough to me. Like, it doesn't really replicate the nail bed. So I'm going to be making another video very soon of me showing you guys how to get the closest to like a nail bed color, because I'm obviously going to have to make the color myself. So, you know, that's going to be a little tough, but I really need it to come out like this, like for real. So I'll definitely be doing that soon. Yeah, and doing this will also help me get more content out, because I want to do my nails a lot more, but I really hated the take off process. The process of taking the nails off used to freaking kill me. For real, I couldn't stand it. I would procrastinate, dread doing it, but with this method, I probably won't, you know, feel so anti, you know, against it. So that should help out a ton. But yeah, to get this color, I don't really know how I'm gonna get that color. I might just have to make this color a little more opaque, add in a little bit more pink. But once again, like I said, you guys will definitely get to see me trying to make that look come true in the following video. So subscribe so you could see that. Turn on the notifications so you can see that. Yeah, so although I already established that I'm going to end up redoing my nails, soaking these completely off in like the next week, I do continue to keep up with the method, because this is my first time doing stiletto nails, and I have an issue with making nails too thick near the apex area. So doing this way also helps me not do that, because as you guys see, I'm kind of stopping where the apex would end or start to like smooth out. So for that reason, this is kind of giving me more of a diagram and helping me make sure that I don't overkill with adding product. The clear that I'm using right now is the glow in the dark clear. So as you guys see, like, I'm putting the clear on the tip of the nail, and I'm forming the shape of the nail and the length of the nail that I want, and then I'm going over that with the nude color. So this helps isolate the glow in the dark area strictly to the tip of the nail. And that's exactly what I was trying to accomplish here, because in my head I thought this set was kind of like a alien galaxy type thing, but everybody I show it to does not agree, and I'm just like, what? How? That's the vibe it's giving. Okay, so making it glow in the dark only fit the whole aura, you feel me? So right now I'm also trying to figure out if I'm gonna be doing the whole all through summer glow in the dark series, because y'all know I make my own powders. So I was like, should I just add glow to all my powders, or I don't really know how I'm gonna feel about that, but I think I'm gonna do it because I'm really over the top and really extra, and I think that'll be cool. And you never know when you're gonna go out. You never know when you're gonna go out. You might want to show out, you feel me? So I might just want my nails to glow all summer because I don't know where I'm gonna end up. For real though. Like that's the type of energy I'm on. Okay guys, so I do end up backtracking to my thumb to add a little bit more product in the apex area, because when I was looking at it from the side it looked really flat. So I add a little bit more, and that just really helps give it a little more shape. So I will definitely say my left hand was perfect. The application was perfect. I did not have to file a lot. Like, it was so easy and simple. Now, child, my right hand was a whole nother story, because I was doing that hand with my non-dominant hand, and when I tell you I had to file for days, I was filing for the longest because I was having an issue with placing the product. I wasn't moving it fast enough because it wasn't my dominant hand. This was a shape that I wasn't used to. Like, it was a few catastrophes, but in the end I tried to make them look as similar as possible, and I think I did a pretty damn good job. All right, so all in all, that's why I typically record my left hand on camera, because I be going through it with my other hand, and y'all don't need to see that. Okay, so now that we're done with all the nitty-gritty details of how to actually get this set, let me give you guys a little story time. You ready? You ready to do a little nail story time? I'm gonna start doing this now, because I don't know, I just think it's more fun, and I love to talk, and I haven't talked to you guys in a nail video in a very long time. So you know, we gotta get into it. So first we're gonna start off with celebrity gossip, all right? Because Kim and Kanye are getting divorced, and I'm really sad. Like, this really is an interesting thing to me, because I am not a part of the Kardashian crew or whatever. I do not really like them too much. I don't dislike them. They be doing their thing. They be doing what they gotta do. They be living their lives, and that's all good, but I'm just not too fond of them, so I'm gonna just say that. But even with me not really caring for Kim and all of that, this is really sad. This is really sad. Anybody going through a divorce, especially when you have kids, it is really sad, and I feel for her. So, that's really it with celebrity gossip, because besides that, ain't nothing been happening. Everybody been looking the same. Everybody been going to the same doctors. I'm waiting for some really good summer music, because when I be doing my nails, I be vibing. That's typically when I catch up on whatever I missed out on. That's when I catch up on the new music that's out. That's when I get a lot done when I'm doing my nails, and that's also why it could take me like 4 to 6 hours to get them done. But that's not what we're here for. We're not going to talk about that. But I will definitely say, while I was doing this set, let me put y'all on to what I was doing to make the time pass. That was super entertaining. I was listening to a podcast by Poor Minds. Okay, Poor Minds, type it in. It's 2 women, and they be talking about everything, and they're freaking hilarious. I love it. I was watching it and listening to it while I was doing my nails, and I was just I was cracking up. It was hilarious. So this is the second time I believe that I've done that while doing my nails, and I think you guys should definitely tune in. Definitely ladies, because they talk about everything. And they have two completely different personalities, and I just love that. I love it. And women of color, so I'm here for it. Oh yeah, but the story time. So let me tell y'all. All right. So if you follow my nail page, then you already know that I made a video talking about how I was gonna open up my books to do nails and hair and stuff. So your girl actually did that, and I was ready, and I got a client, and I was really excited, and they wanted a really expensive style that I do, the boho locks. If you haven't seen my video, I think you should check it out. Honestly, it's a good video. So I was really excited that they booked me and everything. So the first time they canceled on me, all right. They also did not have a profile page, but I was really trying not to be judgy. I was ignoring all of these things that would typically be a red flag to me and make me back out of something, but I did not. So yeah, I was like, maybe I'm just super judgmental and I shouldn't be doing that because I'm a Virgo, so and we be judging everything as soon as we see it. So I was just like, I'm a chill. So they canceled on me, and then they rescheduled, and then the day before they canceled again, and it was really, really crazy. They had a backstory or whatever. Apparently it was an emergency and they had to go out of state, but I gave out my address that day, and as I'm like coming home, I see this car sitting near my house. So I live in a residential area. There's parking. Sometimes people, I don't know, they friends or whatever, be just waiting for them or whatever. It could have been Uber. So I was just like, whatever. Didn't really pay any mind to it. So I walked by the vehicle, and it's like the person is looking at me. So they drive and then turn around, and I'm listening. I can hear all of this. I don't walk with my headphones at night. So, I'm like, okay. So, I'm at my door. I'm still not scared because I'm so close to home. So I don't think the person recognized me because I did just do my hair and I did not upload a picture. I uploaded it on my story. And the person that I booked did not watch my story. So I'm like, okay. And I go to put my key in the door, but I'm side-eyeing the car, and the car is driving by, and the person in the front seat is leaning forward. And I'm just super creeped out by this entire ordeal. So when I get in my house, I'm telling my family, hey, I booked with somebody, they canceled, and then I gave out my address, but I gave out my address before they canceled, and I'm just and this car was behind me on my way home, and I'm kind of thinking it could be that person. I might have a stalker. So, I could be wrong, or I could be right. All right. So the fact that I could possibly be right made me close my books immediately. And it kind of sucks because I really like doing hair and nails. I like giving people the looks that I be putting on myself because y'all know I'm only going to rock something if it's fire. All right. So me trying to share this gift with other people, and then me almost getting kidnapped because people want to steal little people of my color in the nighttime. People are sick. So I'm really hoping that I was just paranoid and it was somebody's Uber that was just sitting there and the person was just all up in my grill. But it really freaked me out. So my books ended up closing, and I'm only gonna do nails once I graduate from nail school, once I finally go, and I'm in a salon setting because that really rubbed me all types of wrong. But yeah, that's my story of how I think I almost got kidnapped. Okay, so this is how the application came out for that hand. I still have a nail form on because my nail is still drying, but this is how it looked. And then I went on to hand file. So I do file with my hand. When I do other people's nails, I use my e-file, but for the most part, whenever I do my own nails, I'm doing the hand file. And especially with stiletto nails, it's way better to like use a hand file because of the shape of the nail, because it's in kind of like a cone shape, you know, and those side walls have to be super crisp. So yeah, you can really only get those type of results with the hand file. So I do end up using my e-file for my cuticles. So yeah, so I just did this side walls first, and then I go across around the top. So I kind of curve around the top of the nail, and I'm just smoothing out, getting rid of any, you know, bumps, crevices, whatever, just so that the nail is super smooth and all of them are uniform. So that's a super big key. You want to make sure all your nails are kind of like the same pointiness level, because you don't want to have certain nails pointier than others. I promise you it is noticeable. And I know my nails look very pointy, but they're really not. Like it's a little rounded off at the end. Yeah, I wasn't trying to have no weapons of mass destruction on, you know, my fingers. So I did make sure that they looked super pointy, but they weren't super pointy. And another reason being because I had some stilettos in my past, all right? I'm starting to reminisce a bit. And I tore through like a pair of leggings, maybe a shirt, and it just wasn't okay. So I was trying to make sure that that could never happen again. I did not record the full filing process. Honestly, I thought you guys would be bored to death. So I just showed how I kind of maneuvered on a few of my nails, and then I'm just going to show you guys how they looked after me filing. These look so good. They're not giving me Tostito vibes. If you guys have had Tostito chips before, or wait, no, it's the Bugles. If you ever had Bugles before, then you know what I'm talking about, because they be having that cone shape. Not trying to have candy corn nails, none of that, okay? That's not what I wanted. So I got what I was hoping for. I was very scared because I know that I tend to over apply acrylic and my nails look a little thick, you know, and in this dynamic you don't want thick nails. I know people talk about thick this, thick that. You don't want thick nails. Nobody wants thick nails. So I do outline the shape that I was going for with a fine brush, and then I fill in the empty areas with the regular brush so that I can apply the chrome on top. So I'm using a top coat because you have to use a top coat if you want the chrome to adhere, you know, if you want it to stick to the nail. So I know you're probably like, why am I not polishing the whole nail? Well, that's because I need to make this area, I need it to be very specific. My line work has to be very, very strong in order to get the look that I'm trying to get. So that's why I had to do the lines first. And then once I apply the chrome on top of this, then I will go back over it with a top coat and cover the entire nail. Okay guys, so I cure the nail for 2 minutes. I cure it twice for 60 seconds, and now I'm wiping it with Young Nail Swipe, and that's just to make sure that the nail is clean, and it helps with the application process of the chrome. Okay, so applying the swipe, the Young Nail Swipe, is very, very crucial if you want the chrome to adhere. So it's either you use the swipe, you can use acetone, you can use 90% alcohol, rubbing alcohol, yeah, that's basically it. So I did that, and I'm not gonna lie, I had to go to sleep and wake up and try this again, because the first time I was just using this applicator tool, and it was not like, it wasn't filling in all the gaps. It didn't look as clean as I wanted it to look. So I woke up the next day, and deadass, I just decided to use my finger, and it worked. And I was super aggravated because it was literally that simple. The applicator, I don't know why it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So using a finger is fine. You can use a sponge, but yeah, honestly, using my finger was the best option, and it worked out amazingly. Y'all, YouTube tried to get me with them copyright claims, so I literally had to re-record the voiceover for this video for you guys after uploading it, which took hours. So, you know, like, if my energy is kind of low, frequency is a little low, that is why. I'm so sorry, guys. But I was really just trying to get this content out to you guys, because I know it's been a while since I did a nail video. So, you know, I don't know if anybody notices, but if you do, that is the reasoning behind it. Okay guys, so I'm done. This is how it came out after I put a top coat over the entire nail to, you know, seal everything in. I put primer on the sides of the nail to make sure that there was no chipping. That is very important, especially with this type of shape, and that'll just make sure that if, you know, if it is prone to chip, that it just makes it less likely, and it just helps a ton. So yeah, tell me how you guys feel in the comment section about these nails. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. You know, like, comment, subscribe. I'm about to show you guys how they look, because I told y'all the tips glow in the dark, which is fire, and this is just how it looks. I was able to isolate the glow to the underneath portion of this nail, and I freaking love it. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.